welcome back to Kiran's Diaries, and this is another episode of Kiran Unfiltered. So, as I said earlier, இன்னைக்கு வந்துட்டு I've asked people to ask me questions Instagramல, so I've got quite a lot of questions. So, வந்துட்டு let's see what we're gonna answer, and so okay. So the first question by one of my junior back in college: tips to survive Ramachandra. Nothing. You have to stay there for 3 years, do your work. All done. I, my perspective of surviving there was different, and everyone's perspective might be different because I did not survive. I enjoyed that college pretty much with my friends, and yeah. So, Shal Akka, நீங்க பெரிய செலிபிரிட்டின்னு ஃபேமிலிக்குள்ள ஒரு டாக்கோ இப்போதான்க்கா ஆரம்பிச்சேன் நீ வேற. Ashwin, what's your purpose in life? So, thank you for the question, Ashwin. So, my purpose, let's see. So, I always wanted to, serve people, but yeah, my career is also going through that trajectory. Basically, I'm doing criminal psychology, and something else is about to come in upcoming years. I've been working for UNICEF, I've been working for the United Nations, and I obviously run an NGO. So, இதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு my goal is to serve people. So I'm trying to make it a career as well. So maybe that's my purpose of life. So hi Mandy. So the question of Mandy is, how should we be confident in choosing the career or job? So for me, I knew what I wanted to become. So the first thing you have to have in your mind is you'll have to choose, or you'll have to decide what's your goal or what's your passion is, and you'll have to mark it up. So then you'll have to do a quite a long research of where you'll have to decide, like, how is it going to be helpful for you in your life, and how is it going to be uh, you know how are you going to make yourself out of all of this. So that's how you're going to have to pin down to one particular goal or ambition. Then you'll have to uh, find ways, or then you'll have to decide on how to make that particular goal into career or a job. So mine was, as I said, mine was to uh, serve people. My ambition or my goal was to do that. So I revolved all my career choices how I can also be benefited, and how I can also be kind of how I can also achieve that goal. So that's how I did it. So if that's helpful, you might as well do that. So, Ira Kairaj, when will you get committed? Not in the plans of 2025. So hopefully, or I cannot say not in the plans of 2025. It's not in the plans now, and yeah, so for now, no. Harshad, love you, na love you, Thambi. So Jay, hi Jay, how are you? So Jay is, have you ever experienced the full English breakfast and fish and chips over there? Illa machan. So I don't eat pork, so the English breakfast here has sausages, so I don't have that. So, and the fish and chips I tried, but I didn't like it as much. It was very bland, and uh, being a Telugu person and a South Indian person, I love having spicy food. So as another, I tried fish and chips, but I do not prefer fish and chips. Yeah. So, Mayuri, when do you lower your guard? So I lower. I. It's not like when we. I don't think we any of us have a choice on when do you lower when we can lower a guard, but well, actually we do have choice. But I am a kind of person. When I'm the most vulnerable, I lower my guard to myself. I do not go to people more often because I'm kind of person who I would think that I don't want to burden anyone with my, whatever stuff it is. But I do talk to them about my stuff, but because it's good to talk, but I do it after I emotionally break down, and then I am calm enough to talk to them. So that is how I do it. That's my process. But everyone else has a process, and it's obviously a very good thing to lower your guard. It's obviously a very good thing, to discuss and to share stuff. So again, Mayuri, what brings out the unfiltered, genuine side of you? Uh, Kiran Unfiltered episodes. Okay, not like that, but I am almost every time oh, see, almost every time genuine. So there are places where you cannot, show your unfiltered side, because my unfiltered side is not everyone's unfiltered side is not that much of a professional side. So whenever I have to put on my professional mask, or whenever I am into anything career related or anything like that, or whenever I have to act professional, I would not bring my genuine side anywhere else. With my friends or with any people around, I would be on my genuine side, because that's easy. You don't have to put on an effort to not be yourself. So yeah, that's easy for me to be. So Kitchu, what's the most important lesson you've learned from your experience, and how has it shaped you? So I was a very naive person when I was young, and I used to believe everything and everyone, and I also used to be very gullible, if I might say. So the most important lesson I learned was, you have to trust people, because you can't, no matter what you do, at the end of the day it's going to be you and people. So you have to trust the people, but you have to also know when not to, and you also have to know till what extent you can trust a person. And there are things you can have it with yourself, there's nothing wrong in it. So how it has shaped me, yes, it has shaped me in such a way that I know how to become strong, and I'm helping people to become strong. Like my friends or anyone. That's how it has become. Once you learn everything through your life, you're gonna know how to become strong and how to better yourself. So that's what I learned. Again, so how do you balance your work life and studies? It's actually difficult. Uh, but I love managing stuff. So a quirky thing about me is I love to do work. So I can do work 24/7. So yeah, uh, at the only time where I feel it's difficult, to balance my work life and studies is when it overlaps. Okay, so if I if I have some important work to do. At the same time, I have an assignment coming up on due, so I'll have to prioritize. So that is kind of difficult, because I'm a kind of person who takes every job serious, and every part of my, or whatever it is, I try to, I want to give 100% of it. So prioritizing stuff when all of them are my priorities are kind of difficult. So anyhow, I always put a planner now வந்துட்டு ஒரு இதுதான் டைம் டேபிள் அப்படின்னு போட்டு வச்சிருவேன். ஸோ இஃப் ஐ கோ த்ரூ தோஸ் டைம் டேபிள், இஃப் ஐ ஃபாலோ த டைம் டேபிள், ஐ திங்க் that's easier. That's my way of balancing, because இப்போ நான் வந்துட்டு இந்த டைமில் இந்த வேலை முடிச்சாகணும், ஸோ இந்த டைமில் இந்த வேலை முடிச்சாகணும். சம்டைம்ஸ் இட் மைட் பி அன்பிரடிக்டபிள், பிகாஸ் சடனாக ஏதாவது வரலாம். ஸோ அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் தட், நான் போட்டுற பிளானை வந்துட்டு ஐ ட்ரை டு கம்ப்ளீட் இட் ஆன் தட் time slot. So even if I have to shoot a new video, adu kuda na or time strain போட்டு வச்சிருப்பேன். So it's like that. It revolves around a clock, and I try to maintain my own clock, so that I don't miss out anything. So that's how I balance. So really happy for you for taking a step ahead to start YouTube. Looking forward for interesting videos. Thank you, Kitchu. I'm looking forward for sharing more of these videos as well. So the next question is okay. So what's something people assume about you that isn't true? People think I'm a shut out person, and I am a very rigid person, but that's not true. I sometimes might show myself as a rigid person, but I am not that rigid. So people who know me, people who are close to me know that. But people who are outside might not know. But I don't think they should know. If you're close to me, you'll know the perfect side of me there. So that's fine. So you're the founder of Aspire. Yes, I'm the founder of Aspire. What inspired you to start an NGO? So, as I said, I always wanted to do something for the society, to give something to the community. So, அப்படி பார்க்கும்போது, I used to work in a lot of NGOs, like நிறைய NGOs I used to work. I don't know if I can say that, but I have worked in a lot of NGOs. ஆனா வந்துட்டு, I didn't like the way how it, you know, worked. Okay, well, sometimes it became too political inside. Sometimes when the main purpose of the NGO, the objective, and that they lose their focus, and I didn't want that. So I wanted to do what I wanted to do without depending on anyone. So that is how I wanted to start an NGO. I'm gonna start panna. Thankfully, I have wonderful people supporting me. So if any of you guys do not know what the NGO is about, you can check at aspire.hope on the Instagram. So it's something new. uh, it's just been almost like 3 years now and we've been doing works, but officially it's been on for only 1 year. So now we're trying to bring in a lot of volunteers, we're trying to bring in a lot of things, basically, yeah, trying to make it a better version. So that is how it is going ipodiki. Hopefully it goes well, and yeah, that is my inspiration as well, to give it all. So the next question: what's the weirdest food combination you actually love? Okay, I'm a person, do not judge me, I'm a person who loves pickles on everything. I can eat not the achar wala pickle, Indian pickle. The pickled jalapenos or something like that. I love those. So I can have that with bread, I can have that with roti, I can have that with a fried rice, I can have that with noodles, I can have it with pasta, mac and cheese, anything. I can actually literally put pieces of pickles on the pizzas and I can have that. So that's how much I love pizzas. And do you believe in destiny, or do we create our own path? So as I would say, there's nothing written. Okay, wow. So it's not, there's nothing like written, because if everything is written for us, நம்ம எதுவுமே பண்ண தேவையில்ல. So destiny, yes, I believe in destiny, but in the destiny we create for ourselves. So manifest. I believe in manifestation because I feel like manifestation is a kind of motivation. So நீங்கள் manifest பண்றீங்க ஒன்றதை வந்துட்டு இந்த மாதிரி you want that, you ask the universe everything, but unconsciously you don't realize that you're asking it for yourself, and you tell yourself how important it is for you. So that's how you achieve things, and I believe so. That is, yeah, destiny. I do believe in the destiny I create for myself. If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? Strong. Uh, I would like to say mature, and I would also like to say caring, maybe. Yeah. What's one thing about adulthood no one warned you about? எல்லாமேங்க, whatever they used to say. நம்ம வந்துட்டு ஸ்கூல்லாம் படிக்கும்போது சொல்லுவாங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஸ்கூல் தான் கஷ்டம், காலேஜ்லாம் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை, காலேஜ் முடிச்சோடனே காலேஜ் தான் கஷ்டம், எதுவுமே இல்லை அப்படின்னுவாங்க. போய் எல்லாமே போய். So it's an illusion. You will not know how your adulthood is. Yeah, that's a question, right? So yeah, you will not know how your adulthood is until and unless you step into your adulthood. Trust me, and it's kind of how you take it. So one thing I can say about adulthood, it's not advice, but one caution I could say is, the more mature you are, but still keep the inner child of yours with you, you would not find it much difficult, because maturity is really important. At that time now, you cannot always be mature, always be responsible, always be that one person who knows it all. So at the same time, so that is how our inner child works. When you have your inner child, sometimes you will not get burnt out, and the burnt out agam irukradhukku, you need something in yourself. That is the inner child. So what's a song that instantly lifts your mood? That actually depends, but I have a genre of songs which lift my mood. I don't know why, but sad songs, melancholy songs, melodious songs. I maybe on the tune I'll and then tell, but it calms me. So that is lift my mood in a sense. Anything that calms me lifts my mood. So I would say that. So next, if you could spend a day in someone else's shoe, who would it be and why? Who would it be and why? I always wanted to know how how the prime ministers or the presidents or anyone in the royal family, how do they function? How do their day go? So I wanted to be in their shoe and know how difficult or how how the job is, how do they get things done. So I would want to know that. So would you rather live in the past, present, or future? Uh, Present. No, I'm a curious person, so I wouldn't go to future because if I knew the future, I wouldn't do anything in my present. So I'll leave the future. I'll stay in the present, learning from the past. So basically, according to the question, I will be living in the present. So yeah, I'll be going. But one thing, if I could go to a time and come back again, I would go to the last few months I was in India, and my bachelor's years, all those 3 years, amazing years, and my grade 11. So that was really good. So yeah, those days. Um, what's the one thing you haven't done yet but really wanted to do? And the skydiving, அதுக்கப்புறமா all these adventurous things, rope lining அதெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு I always wanted to go. But என்னன்னா ஏதோ ஒரு பிளேஸ்ல I went, I think in Kodaikanal. Yeah, in Kodaikanal I went, and அவங்க வந்துட்டு they didn't let me do, the people who are in charge for yeah, the caretakers maybe, because I was too tall for that. So அதனால வந்துட்டு they didn't let me do. So there are these adventurous sports I would love to participate in them. So when a lot of question comes on, when will you get committed? Unfortunately, இப்போதைக்கு யாரும் இல்லை. இருந்தா I will. I don't know if I let. I will let you know, guys. But யாருமே இல்லை இப்போதைக்கு. And if I find the right person, maybe I might get committed. If you could relive one day of your life, which one would it be and why? Is that's one thing. Like as I said, I have period of time, but I don't have exactly one day of time or one that I don't have. Oh yeah, the recent one day of time I would love to relive is maybe the day when my nephew was born. Not the day, because the day I wasn't there. So the day of the first time after 3 days after he was born, I went and met him. So maybe I would love to relive that day, the first time I lifted him, or the first time I saw him. So I would want to relive that day. So it's April 6th, 2020, April 5th, 2024. That was the day. So I would love to relive April 2024. If money wasn't a factor, what would you be doing right now? What I'm actually doing now, அதே வந்துட்டு I would do like, see, uh, as I said, what my career path is, அதில் வந்துட்டு I have to also focus on how to monetize that, because in future I will need to live less, so I will need money. So that is one concern on how to push that trajectory, push that path around side. So if I do not have to worry about that, I would not have to think this process. I could go anywhere, whichever opportunity lands me, I'll just go do my part. Full-time social worker, where I could live. So yeah. So what's one piece of advice you wished you had listened to sooner? Grow up. So see, I no, not grow up. I grew up fast. People used to say to retain my inner child. People used to say me to be a more outgoing person, to have more fun. But unfortunately, I was not an outgoing person, except for the people whom I really was close with. So அதனால வந்துட்டு I would love to take that advice on. So yeah, I would, if I could, I would become an extrovert, but I'm not. And yes, I think that's. Oh, what's a habit you're trying to break or build right now? The one thing I want to build right now is sleep. I mean, I don't think I am more than I can't sleep in is good. Now I don't have the opportunity to sleep. Maybe I would love to try get some sleep. I sleep an hour and a half or two a day or 3 hours max a day. So I would love to break that pattern and build my sleeping cycle, because sleep messes up with everything. So if you don't sleep, it's gonna make you regret. So yeah. Okay. The last question is: have you ever had a moment where you completely changed your perspective on life? Yeah, actually, in now and then, I never thought. I always I always thought people would be the same. I always thought everything would be the same. But unless and until when people started leaving, I realized that we are our own person. We cannot always rely on people. We cannot always put everything on people. Of course, we need people, but you have to, self prioritize yourself, self believe, and you have to be self dependent. So that which is that is actually something, you know. That was that moment when everything broke apart, that moment when uh, nothing happened on my will, nothing happened, everything started to break apart. So that was the moment when I think my life changed completely. That is how I became stronger, that is how I became more mature. And yeah, that is the answer for that. So yes, guys, the questions are over. Hope I've answered every question. If I've missed any questions, I'm really sorry. And if you guys any other questions in your comments, Lapodla, and you can also DM me on Instagram. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Uh, Happy Saturday, and see you guys in the next video. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. And see you guys. Bye.